You know, they have all these great goodies for them, which is great because it pulls them in. What type of information are you giving them?
Well, actually, we're talking about our apprenticeship program. We're offering them our minimum requirements to the program. We're doing a little explaining about the trades because some of them are a little green to the idea, but once we do a little explanation and they're getting some hands-on out back, it seems to be working out okay.
Oh, yeah.
We give them the promotional items, we talk about our trade, and they seem to enjoy the day.
Okay, great. What, as a coordinator, apprentice coordinator, what is your role?
Actually, my role as the apprenticeship coordinator is our program's a 4,000-hour program with 300 hours of classroom training, and I oversee them getting through our program, making sure they meet the requirements of the program.
Okay, so why do you guys participate? I mean, you guys are here year after year.
Because we're part of the trades, and actually we love to see they're the future of America, and we love to see these kids get through the program. They're going to be building the buildings and the roads and doing our environmental work.
That's so important.
Yes,
that
it
is so important. Thank you for the support and all the things that you do for our students, because, you know, without people like you, coordinators, God only knows where our students would be. So thank you so much, Sandy.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
This month's Minority Business Spotlight is Thomas Sayai, president of Iroquois Bar Corporation. Tom Sayai started working in the construction industry during his high school years. Soon after graduating from college with a business degree, he realized that construction would be a sound career choice. Mr. Sayai joined his brother's fence installation and concrete company full-time. After working in the field, his efforts were redirected to quality control and sales, which aided in the company's expansion.
I first became interested, I would have to say, because my father had his own business for 43 years in home improvement, all residential, and it was over on Delavan and Cornwall, and then my brother started his business in 1974. So it's really in my blood. It's what I grew up with. Well, and his business, my brother's, is in construction too.
In 1999, Tom started his own company, Iroquois Bar Corporation, specializing in rebar installation and fabrication, which is an underserved niche in the local construction community. Later, IBC expanded their services to include selective demolition and patching work. Tom worked diligently to build a strong brand image and cultivate relationships with other contractors. When Phase 1 of the Buffalo Public Schools project began, IBC was well positioned to acquire work and was a subcontractor on all 9 schools in Phase 3.
First project was Public School 66, which was really fun because that's where I went from K through 8th grade. So it was really cool to see it after, you know, growing up there basically, but that was our first opportunity.
Since the start of the Buffalo Public Schools project, IBC sales have increased by 60%. With his new steady stream of revenue, Tom expanded and explored other avenues of business.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been in business since '99. I've been involved in my brother's business, and where I think the Buffalo Public School project helps is the size and the duration. I mean, as projects come and go, you just kind of go after them, you finish it and you move on. I think the Buffalo Public Schools, because it's been going on so long and it has the possibility of going on a few more years, it was about 2 years into the program where I thought about other areas to work in, not just stay in rebar, which is what I started, rebar. Now we've broken out into 3 or 4 different things because we built a relationship. Where a lot of projects you don't build a relationship. You go, you do it, and you move on. Here you get to know everybody in the whole, Seminole Buffalo School project. You spend 4 or 5 years with somebody, new doors open. So it really helped us grow.
In 2006, he purchased his brother's company, and under his leadership, IBC was restructured to include several subsidiaries: Oneida Trucking, Seneca Materials, On-Site Concrete, and Iroquois General Construction.
Some of the challenges of getting certification. Well, I'll tell you what, I think getting used to the paperwork. I'm familiar now, but I think the big struggle in starting out and maintaining is, New York State and the county and everybody, I have to answer to 5 agencies just to maintain one certification and its redundancy. That's very tough for a small business, somebody who usually ends up working in their kitchen at night, trying to get the billing done and go back out and complete work or find it. You know, I think that's just very tough. And then maintaining it once a year to renew it to 5 different people when it's the same information. I think it's just a little burdensome on people, you know what I mean? It's just very tough. Maintaining certification is definitely worth it. It opens doors like you wouldn't believe. I mean, there are a lot of people, some buy onto the program, some don't, but at least the ones that don't, it gets you in their door to talk to them. You know, it's still, you have to have a good price, you have to perform. That, you know, is in any business, especially construction. In the last 10 years, the margins are smaller, it's very competitive. It keeps that door open. It really does. There are people that contact me, and because of these registries and off websites that I would not have marketed to, you know, so, and you just got to take that chance and keep it going.
In 2008, IBC was certified a Section 8A company by the U.S. Small Business Administration, allowing the company to bid on federal projects and expand into markets throughout the country.
What I've learned is the paperwork in construction has become very important. I mean, a full understanding of office procedures and paperwork as it relates to change orders, understanding contracts, your information from the field specific to labor and safety are very important. Money can be made or lost just by the paperwork now. You know, it just doesn't relate to labor. That's all we think is if the labor's right, then it's fine. But if you miss something in paperwork and you can't detail it, then you're out money.
As this month's Minority Business Spotlight, LP Simonelli congratulates President of Iroquois Bar Corporation, Thomas Sayai, on his tenacity and dedication to the construction industry, and we wish him much continued success.
We are at the 2009 Upstate Purchasing Exchange. It's a collaborative effort between NYPA, National Grid, and Empire State Development. And I am honored to be standing next to Deborah White, who is the manager of Supplier to Diversity at NYPA.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me today, Deborah.
Thank
you know what? This is a wonderful event. You had a great turnout, or you have a great turnout here.
Yeah.
Tell me, what are your thoughts about today?
I thought today was actually an excellent turnout. It's exactly what I expected. It was a lot of energy, it was a lot of excitement in the room, and hopefully there was a lot of opportunity to make money, you know,
Yes.
for contracting opportunities. There were a lot of contacts made for contracts down the road, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, now, I do have to mention, you said this is the first ever collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the driving force?
Well, National Grid beginning their program efforts, you know, we've been working together a lot with them lately, and they had joined us at the event that we do downstate. We do one downstate every year.
Okay.
In fact, we just held our 19th Purchasing Exchange in White Plains this past June, of which National Grid participated. And they were impressed by the event, and
Right.
I mentioned as part of the environmental justice activity that's going on up in Western New York, we were going to be doing this. So they wanted to join. And then in conversation with Michael Jones Bay, who's Executive Director at Empire State Development
Right.
Corps, he wanted to join us too, and bring a green spin to it in terms of energy efficiency initiatives in New York
Right.
State and the energy efficiency initiatives that we have going on at NYPA as well as at National Grid.
Okay.
So we just kind of pulled it all together, and so we had this event that went on today that seems to be going off very well.
Oh, it is going off well. Now, there's a lot of MWBEs here looking for that contact.
Yes.
What advice could you offer them? If they were coming to this event, what advice would you give them to be successful, to walk out of here, you know, with that contact or those contacts to ensure that they have a successful future?
Well, I would suggest that they know their business,